Hello and welcome back to episode 18 of our Timberborn Folktails Cliffside playthrough. If you're new here, welcome. If you're coming back, returning, welcome back. Glad to have you, both of you. Both types of viewers are welcome. And if there's any more types that I forgot about, they're welcome too. All right, without further ado, let's get started. We are in full mega project mode. Let's set it to ×3 speed. And we're just going to keep chipping away at this, trying to get some more trees going. We planted an additional tree farm up here just to try to get some more wood while we can. Because we definitely need every ounce we can get. Ounce might not be quite the right word, but I think everyone knew what I meant. Debating if it might make sense to put another little, blow up some of this and put another one here. Maybe. We're kind of really hurting on wood. We'll just let it be for now and see how it goes. All right, let's monitor our projects. This one's coming along quite nicely, getting this reservoir nice and high. It is lower priority though, because we want to keep working on this stuff. This being our power generation, and this being our tree farm. So we're gonna get working on this underground tree farm, see where we're at. Looks like we're just waiting for tunnels at the moment, which we're probably just waiting for planks for. In fact, definitely are. Okay. Well, we had some of our no, we didn't. I was thinking maybe we had some of our lumber mills shut off to save logs, but I think that was a while ago, or maybe that was even the Iron Teeth playthrough. They both kind of are bleeding together right now. Let's see. I think it's just a matter of waiting for some planks for part of it. Could expand the plank production, but I don't know. I don't know if we have the log production to sustain that at the moment. I got a little bit of the hiccups. Hopefully that doesn't become an issue. Let's see. He's still got quite a while. These have quite a while. Okay. Well, let's see what else we can work on. We could blow up some more of this. You know, and that's probably actually the play. We have plenty of dynamite at the moment. I'm just going to do that so that they can reach it from above still. Even that. And then we'll bring this down to the bottom. Okay. We're doing fine on bad water. Getting a lot of injuries. We're absolutely fine on scrap. I think we can even pause the mine, to be honest. Let that 2.2k scrap kind of wear down a little bit before we worry about anything else. Dirt, we're doing just fine on. We could pause it for a minute. And they should be working on this. I don't see it happening quite yet, though. Let's take a look at what our builders are actually working on. Okay, you're going up way over there. That's where the closest plank was for you to work with this? Really? Well, that's just unacceptable. Planks, obtain, prioritize. Okay, that's part of the problem. Planks are coming in from way over here. Okay, well, not that we have much planks, I guess. But we definitely want some plank storage right around here. Where we're building. No doubt. And do we not have explosives anywhere near here? We don't. I don't think we need this chestnut storage at the moment because we are baking them and eating them as quick as we can get them. So I'm going to change this to explosive storage and set to obtain. We need that gatherers for the chestnuts. Okay. We've had this lumberjack paused for a while. I'm going to delete it for now. Just so that I can put a small tank of extract here. Because they're going down here to build our tunnels. So having those materials close by will definitely help. Can even prioritize that. All right, looking pretty good. They're not going to be building that quite yet. Let's check on our tunnels again. See if they need any roads, paths. Paths would be the word I'm looking for. That should take care of pretty much anything they needed. Now this is our, I can talk. That's our irrigation pond up there. So we definitely don't want to disturb that. All right. Let them just keep working on that. See if there's any other issues we can address. Maybe get our well-being up a little bit more. Contemplation spots, campfires, rooftop terraces. Okay. Detailer. Could probably get some detailers going here pretty soon. Actually, let me just... Yeah, let's unlock those. And if this turns out to still have that family picture, I'm going to edit it out. And if there's a jump, you know why. All right, and we're back. So in the detailer, I just have a few different pictures of beavers for some Beaver-ception. I don't know if that's where I want the detailer. In fact, I'm positive it's not. Where do we want to put some detailer stations for now? Well, we can delete some of these paths and put a few up here. That should be fine. We're just going to set these to the different beavers. And this just puts that picture on their tail once it's built. So we are literally going to have beavers walking around with pictures of beavers on their tails. And I think that's just kind of perfect. Live action beavers even. Let's see. Is there any other places that we can sneak one in? I think we already, a lot of the obvious places we already snuck contemplation spots in and medical beds. Sure, we can sneak one in there. All right, did we finish any of them? Yeah, we did. All right, sweet. Yeah, we got a while before we're gonna need scrap, so do not need to worry about that at all. That's the only reason we're not building this is I set it on a lower priority. That's right, I was focused on the tree farm. We can set this back to normal, I think. Use up a little bit of that dirt. Peel back the layers. And we are not quite done. Why weren't those two spots marked? I feel like there's not a reason and it was just an oversight. Yeah, let's try blowing it up. I also feel like... okay, that one was to help support some of this other stuff. Okay, I get it. I got it. It's actually this one, but this one would help. Well, we actually should be able to get rid of that one until we start building on top of there and figure out where we're putting those pillars. But then we'll have another one. another spot for them anyway, so no problemo. Okay, it looks like the issue we're going to have is that underground storage up here. That underground pile is going to give us issues with, I guess there was plank storage all the way down here, only down here. It's going to be too far down. It's going to get in our way. So we might need to just make it a, a large pile for now. Because it'll be in the way. But that can be arranged. All right, those last ones were built, so now we can go up a layer, and we'll mark out where our, you know what, I'm going to start emptying this right now. And that's going to empty very quickly. We'll just replace it with a large pile for now. We're not going to have issues running into log storage anytime soon. All the beavers want to sleep. That's why they're not emptying that anymore. How much water we got left in that reservoir? It's hard to tell when it's so tall, but I think we got quite a bit, actually. Technically, we didn't even need this one, I guess. We could delete all of that. In fact, let's do that, because we need the wood. It's not actually holding anything back. Technically, there is that one. Let's get rid of it. Gives us more storage space and more wood back, actually. Same for this. Sweet. And we don't need that one either. When we were walking across this, it was helpful. But now that we're not, it's pointless. Just extra resources. I mean, unless we wanted it for aesthetic reasons, which there's an argument to be made there that it looked better with it. But we can adjust that if we decide to in the future. We can also blow up these spots that have I think this is just a 2 for that have dirt down there. We can store more water there. This is ready to blow up. This is empty, so it can be deleted. Replaced with just a large pile for logs. It's not as much storage, but we don't need as much storage at the moment because we're using it all up so quickly. All right, so back to the task at hand, which was marking where we had our pillars. Okay, so I'll just hold down Alt and scroll up, and then I know that's where we had one. That's where we had one. This underground pile is an issue too. What is that one storing? Treated planks, huh? Well, I don't think we need that many treated plank storage either. We'll get a different place for all these things to be stored. You can actually stack these underground piles by using overhangs and terrain blocks. So we'll be doing that later on too. Why do I always start to empty that red at nighttime? Let's mark out the rest of them anyway. Tunnels. Here's one. This is the ones that were too close, but we're gonna keep them because it's not worth fixing, really. So there it is. Here. Wow, when they have the materials, it goes quick. Always fun just marking these out. Not really, but it's worth it in the end to get a lot of extra tree growing space. If it wasn't worth it, we wouldn't be doing it. It's also just kind of cool to have the stacked farms, I think. Now okay, these walls are going to be supporting that, that's right. I had to think about that for just a second and make sure there is support there. And there is. Oh, we're not going quite this far over. And this was our last support pillar. Okay, so then what's not marked right now should be able to be marked. Except for... Oh, I think we just missed that one on the lower level. Let's see, where is that ladder at? It's right there, so let's make some paths from that. That's about all we can do right now. Actually, they can build it from the path below. Of course they can. That's how this whole thing was working. Okay. We almost got a level of our tree farm, to be honest. And this is built. Let's keep going with the large windmills. Let's just go down a few layers to get those overhangs out of our way. There we go. There we go. Can delete this and finish off this section. Let's blow this up actually before I forget. Oh, we didn't have all the dynamite placed. Well, that is very unfortunate. Um, there. That should make them be able to do that. Blow up these. All right, we're almost out of water, but we're also almost out of the drought. So I'm just gonna let it go. Take off these layers so I can see what I'm doing again. Oh yeah, we got plenty of room to just use dynamite there. Okay. We out of planks again? Yes, we are. Because we're building tunnels, we're gonna run out of planks. Beavers have the detailers going on. See if we can find any beavers with tails on them. There we go. That beautiful beaver face right on the tail. Perfection. See if we can find one of the other pattern. Any of these flying beavers have it? No. I think most of them have that one. I think I set most of the detailers to this one. Yeah, let's settle this one back to over here. Then we'll have more of a variety. It'll be a while for this, but that's okay. Still debating if we want more plank production. We're actually, the logs are catching up. So I think we can definitely get by with at least one more lumber mill. If we move that path over there, we could put another one here. Planks just seem to be the, well, not that. The limiting factor here so much that I have to build a little bit more lumber mills than I normally would. There we go. We'll set those at max priority. Whoa. Now that underground storage is deleted, we can finish planning this out. Hey, drought's over. There we go. Although when this is finally done, we are going to get so many planks back. And hopefully none of the ground above it will collapse, because that means I built my support pillars wrong. In fact, since these three are done here, I'm going to just double check something and delete this. Make sure it allows us to plant a tree there, because it'd be very embarrassing if it doesn't. Okay, we don't have to be embarrassed. Yeah, I was just double checking that things weren't flowing off the map. They're not. This has a ways to go before it fills up, though. I think it's going to fill up a lot of this first. Or where is it filling up now? Filling up right here. Okay, so our ladles are almost going. Good. Excuse me. All right, so now we got the You know, part of the logs that we had there probably is due to the fact that I just deleted a bunch of these levees. But now we're filling up this reservoir again, which is excellent news. I think it's going to be tall enough, guys. I really do. And with how that's going right now, I think we can actually mark a few more layers of this front part to be done. Okay. How are our tunnels coming? Not quite done, but we're getting there. Okay. Surprised they haven't laid all of this stuff. I mean, I guess I'm not super surprised. We've been chewing through the planks. Thought the explosives would kind of come though. I think we just need more beavers, to be honest. All right, one of these houses can get larger. I think this one can for sure get larger. So yeah, it has a lantern and a roof on it. We'll delete those. I do believe this was just a double lodge. Yep. Make sure it can connect to that. Good. We'll build 2 of those, because they are just doubles. And it was a roof and a lantern. And yeah, let's high prioritize all of that. There we go. Still haven't built this yet even. It's too far to be reached. Aha! We didn't build the scaffolding to reach that. Well, that's just silly. And easily fixed, thankfully. We'll use this tool to help us figure out where we are. So this overhang can reach this. And if I build it here, it'll be able to reach this and this. So we do want it right here. Oh. That ought to be high enough. And that ought to be long enough. So we just need our handy dandy ladder. Ta-da. But it's going to need planks. Well, I want the scaffolding built, so let's go ahead and have that be high priority. So that's where our next planks will go. Building needs... Ah, that's a very good point. Doesn't have power if I do it that way. Why didn't I think of that? Well... we don't need this pathway, technically. We can have all of them go this way. Like that. And if we just flip this around, like that, we can actually delete this path and have a power shaft go like that. Make this top priority. Another drought's approaching. We actually had a really long temperate cycle that time. I think getting to day 5 before the warning hits is actually if it's not as long as it can go, it's pretty dang close. I think it is, though. So we had a wonderfully long drought. Wonderfully long temperate season that was trying to help us out. That's definitely a 3 as well. Okay. And it's helping us out because it's going to take a lot of water to fill up this this reservoir. At least once these dams are complete. And the whole thing is as tall as it can be. As tall as it will be. Go there. Did this get built? It did, and it's got power. Wonderful. We're still hurting for planks. Put another one. Won't hurt anything. It's not like we're gonna run out of power, guys. We got just a little bit more power than we need up here. Not much, mind you. Okay, so that is actually as tall as we can build with the terrain. So to build higher now, we have to get more creative. I don't think we're going to use these because they're going to be awkward. Well, actually, if we put them right there, that won't be bad. Okay. I think that would work. So, these are 5x5 metal platforms. So all we need to do is bring this out, what, 3? Like so? Right about there and there. Is that going to work? Right on the money. Okay. I said 3, right? 4. Okay, so I think one right there. Nope. That's wrong. Okay, so for this other one, since we got some of the scaffolding in the way, the simplest way to do it would be to just do this. That should work out just fine there. The only issue we're going to have at the moment is connecting it to our power. But there's ways to fix that, such as go this way. Have a power connection there. And then a vertical power shaft here. Oh, not there. Why won't it let me? Oh, that's in the way of this. Okay. So it's going to be a little bit more difficult than I just envisioned initially. Not much, though. We just got to blow up this, and then we can put a vertical power shaft there. That's probably going to be better because then it'll be able to connect there. Yeah, that's going to be best. Hopefully my rambling made sense there. It might not have. Okay, we're getting too close to some of these Some of the scaffolding is being the issue here, right over here. Not that we needed to go up this high, by any stretch of the imagination. But I wanted to show you guys what could be done. Is this done yet? It's gotta be dang close if it's not. I think it is. All right. Moment of truth. Why are logs being recovered? That scares me a little. Okay, it's logs because of the ladder. Okay. So let's just not delete the ladder. And the ladder is right here. So let's start this way. Did that destroy anything above? Nope. Okay, ladder is right there still. Okay, that was a lot of planks we just got back. End of the plank crisis. For now. Oh, I didn't destroy the bottom level. Oops. So a few more things to destroy. Didn't destroy it on all of it. Oh, something just got destroyed there. That's not great. What happened there? I don't see anything amiss. I don't know. So then we just got to figure out where we want our... Because this forester is not going to be able to reach all of that area. Where we want our forester at, because it is going to be too tall to stick down here. I think this looks like a good location. But let's see what's above it. Okay, there is important stuff above it. Well, there's a log pile. We can get rid of that. And then we can blow that part up. Did our drought start? I bet it did. It did. That's fine. Wish we would have blown up some of this before that, but meh, so be it. Okay. What, that's another 3? What is this one single one doing up here? Did I destroy something? It looks like I destroyed some trees, maybe. Yep. So there was a bit of... okay, I just almost thought that my my irrigation pond was destroyed for a second there. That would have not been cool. Oh, you can't reach that, though. And that's going to be hard to reach without destroying this tree. I'd say we just don't worry about it. If you guys want me to worry about it, we can address it. But for now, I don't see a real reason to worry about those 2 spots. So, I keep misclicking. We can blow up that spot too. Okay. Blow up there. Go down below. See if that's going to be an okay spot for a forester. It's only going to be one spot that works here. Okay, let's scroll back up, I guess. Don't tell me that spot was right by a pillar. Thought we only needed a 1 hole there. Was I incorrect? It's kind of what it's looking like, isn't it? Might need 2. I actually never tested doing this. I usually just had my tree farms one taller so that the forester could fit as well. Oh boy, if this doesn't work the way I thought it would, it's going to be pretty embarrassing. I might need to go 1 taller, which means it's not a problem besides the fact that everything that's already built up there is going to be in the way. Really? There it is. Just which way do I want you to point? That way's just fine. Delete a lot of these paths, though, actually. Don't delete the stairs, though. That would be bad. Or is it just deleting paths? I think it's just... No. Other stuff got highlighted. The rubble makes it actually kind of hard to select the path. Okay, so the only path we're going to actually need is going from here to here. And then whatever we want for lumberjack flags, which we're going to need a few. But I say we just have them all along this other path. 6 should be more than enough. And now, the fun part. Mark it all for oaks. Mark it all for cutting. And we're golden. We just really expanded our tree farm. How are we looking up here? It's looking pretty good. I think we need 1 more set of dynamite here. Yep, just 1 more dynamite. I bet our planks are gonna get almost full here soon. Let's go ahead and preemptively make another plank storage. They still haven't placed that dynamite yet. Because it's bedtime. Let's see. We actually need to build this levee up higher. Right there. It's looking great. Just need to let it do its thing now. I think that's just 1. Pretty dang sure. More oaks. So many planks still just laying around. We have an unemployed beaver. It's pretty unacceptable. And the unemployed beaver's gone. But just so that doesn't happen again, at least not for a little while, There's another builder's hut. That's ready to explode. And now we can do the vertical power shaft. Well, I think this will be as high as we go because we're going to get away in the scaffolding. I don't think we can actually go any higher, so. Not easily, anyway. Still get rid of that scaffolding and make laying this part down easier. Okay, so all we will have to do is put a bridge between any of these ladders and this platform, and then they can build these two last windmills there too. Now, granted, not that we strictly need those windmills, but I think it'd be good to have. It's always good to have too much power generation than not enough. Yeah. It'll be just fine. We do it on all of our food. I still think the only thing we're ever running out of is, yeah, maple pastries and chestnuts. To that end, with all those new oaks that we just got, we can clear the planting area for all of these oaks. I think no problem. And those can be chestnuts. And we can clear the area of, say, that. And those can be maples. That's right, these are maples. Okay. So we'll plant some maples there and we'll clear the cutting area right away. Still got just a few more trees to plant here. We don't need this anymore. I'm just going to keep this around until, well, until we're done up here. And we'll kind of figure it out from there. We are running out of logs again. And we have almost 4K planks. So let's put the brakes on the lumber mills, at least for now. And we kind of knew that would happen once we finally demolished all of those platforms. It was bound to happen. Okay, and we are done with this scaffolding. Entirely, actually. At least I think it's entirely. And it'd be pretty embarrassing if I was wrong. Stranger things have happened. And I think really all we need is just a path here. We can build these last two windmills. It does look like I was correct. That is a lot of large windmills. Andrews approved. Now, does this top look the most pretty? No. We probably could make it pretty and replace this with another, do this same strategy as over here. Now that the scaffolding's out of the way. It's worth the effort? Maybe not. But if you guys say it is, I can definitely do that. Let's see. We are starting to eat through our scrap a little bit, which is good, because we had, honestly, way too much. Are our oaks planted yet? Most of them. Or all of them? Or... Okay, we cleared out some area there, but we cleared out too deep because the river got... It expanded, so that's why we didn't clear out some of that area. So there's some overhang that can actually be utilized. No storage space in it. It's... Between all of these, it's over 900. Probably 1,000 more planks. Yeah, we don't need any planks for a while. As long as I remember to turn some of these back on when we do need it. Whether or not I remember is yet to be seen. There's a better way to do this, no doubt. But for now, I'm just going to keep adding hauling posts and builders' huts up here. Okay, some of these oaks are getting chopped. And they're going to be chestnuts. Which is wonderful, because we need some more chestnuts. Why is there an oak there? Like I forgot, you know, it just looks kind of ugly there. I'm going to delete it. And it needs to be a maple tree. Make sure it's not marked for cutting. And these spots where we just planted these chestnut trees needs to not be marked for cutting. All right, we are starting to get enough materials to expand our industrial sector here and start getting into robots. Could we have got into robots sooner if we wanted to? Yes. Are we just gonna go full speed into the robot takeover? Probably. We have such good infrastructure ready to supply the robots with all of the wood they need. They are very wood hungry. They take up a lot of wood to keep everything running smooth. They also take biofuel, which you could make from a couple different crops. Two of the best are either potatoes or spatterdock, are pretty comparable. So that's the only the only food impact building the bots is going to have. But just all the bot parts are going to take a lot of logs and planks and such. Probably unlock all that stuff. We have the science. I think we have the science, guys. Hard to be 100% sure, but I think we can afford it. That's what we're going to need. We're going to need mud baths soon. Just don't know where to put that at the moment. Can that be on platforms? I'd be surprised if that can be on platforms. This is the terrible spot for it. We're still going to build at least one. We need carousel, but that does require power. I don't know if we can spare the power for it, guys. Since we don't ever plan on really having this flow ever again, I guess I really don't think that's the plan. Sometimes plans change. No doubt about that. And I think we have the planks for that. Perfect. I wonder if we can even do another one right next to it. It's possible. Just depends if it's in the way of it. I'm pretty sure it'll be just fine. Needs power. Yeah, that's coming. No worries there. Nope, they're gonna run into each other. And that makes sense. But I think the mud bath can't be on platforms. But what if we stick a terrain block here? Oh, did I not? Apparently I didn't. Is it connected? Did I build it with the entrance the wrong way? It's kind of what it's looking like. 100% it is. Nobody saw that. Where is the entrance to this thing? Oh, it's up high. I maybe didn't put it in the wrong place. It just needs a ladder. Oops. And that ladder's not in the right place either. Now it is. What? Mud bath can't go there. Oh, there's a path there. That would be a problem. Success. If I remember right, these mud baths, they do consume dirt. So we're going to want to keep this excavator going for sure. And I think next episode, and kind of in preparation for it, I'm going to unmark these trees for planting, because we're going to expand over here and dig down and make a multi-layer wow, I can't talk. It's where our industrial sector is going to end up going. There we go. 49 well-being. Awesome. Let's unmark these trees for planting while I remember. Because we'll at least get one more harvest out of those. I just unmarked them for cutting. That is not what I meant to do. I'm sure somebody saw that and was like, that's not the right tool. Unmark for planting. That's the right tool. There we go. So now they'll cut them down, these lumberjacks will, and the forester just won't replant them, which really means we don't need the forester anymore. All right. Still think we're looking pretty good here. Some of these trees are ready to become maples. That just means we also need to unmark the cutting area. Cool. Excellent. Can unmark the cutting area wherever there's a stump here in order to plant chestnuts. I think there was a dynamite to blow up in here. Yep. Oh, this is actually getting quite low. Let's turn off the pumping. We still have 14 days left. Huh. We must just be drinking more water with our larger population, which leads to us pumping more water. Because the tanks aren't full all the time. Make sure all those trees are planted that can be. They are just these overhangs from where I had to back off from the river. It looks like I might be able to get one more row through there if I really wanted to. I think it's okay for now, though, to be honest. Let's see, chestnut trees. Unmark for cutting. Unmark these maple spots for cutting. Let's see, and this tapper shack can reach all those maples, right? No. No, it can't. So we're going to have to think about that if we want more of those maples. I guess, really, tappers can reach all the way over here. The gatherer can reach all the way over here. So that, and not over here. So we're going to have an issue with the chestnuts over here as well. Very least, these ones. So it would really make more sense to move the maples more over here and the chestnuts back here. Looks like almost all of the maples that we just planted can be reached by the tapper shack. So we can leave them is basically the short end of that. We just need to the rest of these over here to be chestnuts. And the rest of them over here are going to be maples. If we want it looking pretty, we should really have all of these be maples. Because that doesn't look too terrible over here, but I think this isn't going to look the best. So let's actually delete those chestnuts. I know. It's bad. It's all my mistakes. I think this like square of chestnuts won't look terrible. Maybe we delete that maple too. Then it won't look quite as bad. Or I'm crazy, it could still look bad. We can always adjust as we see fit. This gatherer can reach all the way over here too, so chestnut tree. Oh, there's not irrigated there. That's why. I don't think it's gonna. Let's see which ones can plant there. I'm a little worried about how low our water got there, though. It's quite low. These aren't ever getting planted, so I'm just gonna unmark them. Nor are trees. We're slowly cutting through that, slowly building up our wood supply. More chestnut trees. More maple trees. Make sure we don't have any of the maples marked for cutting. Because then we won't get maple syrup. None of the chestnuts marked for cutting, because then we won't get chestnuts. All right, you know what? We are over an hour. I don't want to wait until this next drought because I think that would get too long. I do think we accomplished a lot. We got the max height of our completely overcompensating windmill tower, vertical windmill tower, done. That's as high as it's going to go. Can't go higher because these gravity batteries were max height. I don't think we can fit another one in there. And we got a layer of our tree farm planted, which is also awesome. Because that tree farm is going to come in handy when we start building bots. Before we start building bots, we are going to kind of clear out and repurpose some of this area. We're just going to clear it out to kind of start stacking up buildings to be used for our industrial sector. Slowly but surely. We'll probably start with bots, honestly, because that's going to be part of our industrial sector. So if we just start with the bots, then that's something new. And then we'll continue replacing what we have over here with stuff over here. So this tree farm area is going to be industrial. Okay. I'm very happy with what we got done today. If you watched the end of this video, thank you so much. I appreciate it a lot. If you liked it, please leave a like. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave some comments, some suggestions. Even just letting me know how I'm doing. Everything is appreciated. Holy crap, I didn't even realize it, but our dam is done. Perfect. Hopefully we'll get a long enough temperate cycle to help fill that up. And with that, I will see you guys next time.